Start off with with Tyrod, and we're real excited about Tyrod. We feel like he's in a really good place. It's one of those things with having a player like Tyrod with the 14 years of experience. It's very comforting as a coach to know that if something does happen to your starter, that you have a guy of that caliber that can step into the starting role for any amount of time needed, and the offense not fall off in any shape or form. So we're excited about where he's at, and grateful that he's on the team. The guys follow him. He's a great leader, and and then as far as Tampa goes, again, a tough physical outfit that we've got going on. They've been really, really solid and stingy on defense for a number of years with Coach Bowles down there. A lot of respect for that crew. And we're up for the challenge. New week, new challenge, and we're looking to continue to put our brand of football out there. So with that, questions?
I'm sorry, did you know Tyrod before you got here? And then if not, or whatever, what did you take from everything you've seen from him?
I did not know Tyrod before I got here. I'd seen and heard. I'd been around coaches that had been around him, and just, great reviews is all I'd ever heard. And when we got here, that's all that my experience has been with him. He's a professional in every way imaginable, and he just goes about his business the right way. He's seen everything. He's been around, and so it's been really nice getting to know him and having him with that in that backup spot.
How much does the offense, without giving away too many nuts and bolts, change with Tyrod being behind center?
Again, I'll refer back to he's been around. He's a 14-year vet, and we really don't have to change really much at all with him in there. There's certain things that we may highlight a little more or a little less or whatever that may be. But again, we feel really comfortable with being able to execute the offense at a high level with him in there.
When you looked at the film after the Bills game, what jumped out in the passing game, why it wasn't really working?
Sure. It was just a few things here and there, and we just didn't quite connect on a couple of things. Looking at the tape, and we corrected that in the film and went over it with the guys, and we made those corrections Monday in the film sessions, and kind of put it to rest and moved on to Tampa Bay.
What were your thoughts just kind of about the running game, too, as well, and how to get that back on track like it was in week one?
Yeah, we just got to stick to our process. We talk about we want to continue to run the football, and we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to put together good plans, and really it's going to come down to ultimately the execution on game day, and but our process is not going to change. So we're still really confident in where we're at with that.
What happened to Braylon Allen? He only had a few snaps.
I think sometimes the game just goes a couple of different ways. We ended up in a couple of 2-minute situations there at the end of the first half and at the end of the game. Sometimes we have other players, marked for those type of situations, and I think that's kind of where it got with Braylon.
I think on the Joey Bosa sack, you wound up being one-on-one with Mason Taylor. Was that intentional, or do you look back at that as a mistake, I guess? Sure.
I think there's a few different things that go on in that with the breakdown in protection. Not necessarily always designed to do that, but there was some different schematic stuff that we were trying to do that unfortunately just didn't work out exactly how we wanted to in that case. Yeah.
Bosa seemed surprised. Did you see that he was mic'd up during the game?
Yeah, I did not.
They had a tight end on me.
Yeah, no, I did not see. I did not see what he had said.
How unique is it the way Bowles approaches his pressure packages?
It's a lot more concentrated, I would say. There's just more of it, and he does a great job of looking at what your protection plan is, and then how can he utilize his blitz package to attempt to attack your pressure, or your protection plan. And so really, it's the volume of pressure, and then how he tries to deploy that to attack your protection.
Going back to Tyrod for a sec, Aaron was saying yesterday players gravitate.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is? What have you seen?
I think he's a genuine person. He's honest, and he's very knowledgeable. He's just who he is, and I think that just it shines through in everything that he does. And I think when the players, they respect that, and they respect that he's been around and been able to be around that long. They know there's something there.
Where does Brady Cook in his progress in the event that he had to get into this game?
Yeah.
How much would you have to scale back?
Again, Brady he's in a really good place. There's a reason we wanted to keep him around, and we feel really good about where Brady's at. He's continuing to develop, and if he got into the game, it would be no issues. We would proceed as business as normal.
Tyrod is such a cool customer, and he's been doing this for a long time, but he's sensing extra pep in his step this week, just knowing that he's going to be the guy under center Sunday.
See that, and that's the best thing about somebody like Tyrod, is he prepares to be the starter on a weekly basis. He's just now the guy taking the reps. So he's really the same person as he is. He's just now QB1 this week. So he's taking those reps, but his process doesn't change.